Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Tim, and I am doing a quick analysis on Bitcoin this afternoon. I already did a written one this morning, but I decided I would focus on a video analysis this afternoon, and I kind of did it off key. I just kind of threw the mic in and said, "Hey, let me give it a shot." So I don't have any uh, back up here. I'm just kind of like, winging it here. So y'all bear with me. We do have a glimmer of hope, I would say. We haven't lost the cloud yet. The cloud is still acting as support. What is going to be the weaker of the two, though? The cloud or the 50 MA? That's going to be the question that we really need to. We're really going to have to wait and see. I would imagine it would be the cloud that would fail because, I mean, just from past experience, the 50 MA usually is the stronger of the two, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's always going to be the case. Right now, we're really testing it hard, and we could break right through it right now. You know what I mean? So, like I said, with trading, you need to be versatile and be able to play either way. You know what I mean? If we're gonna drop, you need to be able to profit off of that. If we're gonna gain, we're gonna have to profit off that. One thing we do have working for us is this minor support that I have drawn here. I've had it on the chart for a while. Look, it was resistance here. Now it's support right here. It's multiple times. One, two. It's got tested. And then it started up in this trend, but then it came back down, and it flirted underneath it for a second, and then it now it's back above it, and it's truly acting as support at the moment. But you could also attribute that to the cloud. If I zoom in a little bit, and here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the cloud a little darker, only because I can, and it makes things a little bit easier. The opacity, I'm going to change it up just a little bit more so you can see it a little bit. There we go. I think I'm only going to do it to the green one because that's all I'm worried about. So you can see, look, this white box also I put as a good area, strong support zone. You can see that there's multiple times where this white box has come into play. Look, we're support up here, resistance down here, all the way down here, you know what I mean? And then support up here. We did dip quite a bit, that big wick below it, but still, this is a this white box is important. Look, we even bounced off of it right here. So that's why I have it on the chart. I have it as a sort of a support and resistance range. It's not necessarily a straight line like normal support is, but I've seen a lot of support and resistance in this particular range right here from, let's say, 52,000 all the way to 53.5, let's say. It's like give or take a little few $100. So just think about that $1,500 zone. That's a very strong support and resistance. And right now we just tested it. And what else do we have working for us here? Because we did dip into the cloud briefly, but we have the cloud working for us, guys. We have the support of the cloud. We have the support of this minor support as well. Again, so things are bully. If you ask me, the bullish stuff is adding up. The bullish marks, or whatever you want to say, the bullish chips. The chips are in the favor of the bulls right now. So I'm hoping for the break up, and anything's possible in Bitcoin. You guys know that, especially after this drop on Monday. But this drop on Monday can be attributed to the big gap that got formed over the weekend. You know what I mean? When we started the weekend, we took off. And that's what happens whenever you have a bullish weekend. A lot of times you have a bearish Monday, and that's what happens. I warned everybody, and I know a lot of people listened to my warning, and I'm glad they did, because those gaps fill very quickly. And I don't know how many times I can warn people, and people just. I know somebody told me, man, I didn't listen, and I entered along, and I lost a lot of money, and I was like, man, I told you, just all you had to do is read my analysis. You could have waited till Monday during the day, and you would have had a great buy opportunity. Just one of those things where patience pays off, guys. Sometimes, and I'm not saying I'm always right, but those gaps, they fill more often than they don't. I swear on my, from what I've seen over the past year or two from watching them. I mean, I haven't been watching them for 2 years. I've been watching them for about a year, maybe 9 months, but constantly, every weekend I look at them and I'm like, hey, sometimes they're not there. I don't understand them fully yet. I'm grasping how they work because it's a futures chart, and the futures chart doesn't necessarily match the Binance chart, and I understand that, but it's very close, and I understand that there's a correlation to it, but I don't understand exactly how it works. So y'all have to bear with me on that respect. But I do understand how, if there is a gap on that chart, it gets filled, and I know how to trade them. So I know how to make money off of that. And this particular gap, it was only going to be from about here to here. But look, when it dropped, we dropped all the way to here. So you could have made a lot of money if you shorted that. I know somebody told me they shorted it and they made a bunch of money. I wish they would send some of that my way, But anyways, we have we have a lot of support here is what I'm trying to get at. We have the cloud, the 4-hour cloud. We have this minor green line. That's what I consider a minor support. I mean, some people might disagree, but it's been support in the past, it's been resistance in the past, and it shows promise as support now, you know what I mean? Because we're above it right now. But we also have the cloud to attribute to that, as I said earlier. What do we have fighting against us? That 50 MA, guys. That 50 MA is going to be a pesky devil to get over. We're going to have to try to beat it, though, if we want to reverse this drop, because this could very well turn out to be, let me show you, because there's patterns on the chart that work out just like this. You go down, and they're called continuation patterns, guys, and you go up thinking, oh, maybe there's going to be a chance for recovery, and then the sells come back in, and then you drop again. And the reason why I stopped the arrow there is because of the support range. But I might be wrong. We might drop right through it, guys. If we do, we're in bad shape, because that 200 MA is right here as well. So if we lose that, it may end up being a pretty bearish event. We'll have to see. We haven't lost the 200 MA yet. So, like I said, this could be a continuation pattern. It very well could be a pivot where we actually take off from here. You know what? I'm more susceptible to say I'm bullish about it because of previous chart, the chart previous to this. I mean, when Bitcoin has been completely bullish, I have no reason to think it's going to stop right this second. But hey, it may. You need to have a stop loss set just in case. But you know what? The path of least resistance, in my opinion, looks to be up. But it doesn't mean it's going to go that way, guys. You need to be prepared for this. Like, set a stop loss, be smart, you know what I mean? Use the tools they give you, guys. It's just smart trading, If you're gonna trade, you might as well be smart about it, and it's just the way I look at it. But anyways, I see a lot of reasons to be bullish on Bitcoin right now, but being under that 4-hour 50 MA, I always tell people, when we lose that 4-hour 50 MA, I turn bearish. And I do kind of short term feel bearish, but it doesn't mean that I'm like full bear, like, oh man, the sky's falling. I'm not going to be that way, even if it was falling, because it's going to cause knee jerk reactions and stuff like that from the noobs. The market is going to do what it wants, and with this stimulus hitting people's accounts and stuff, anything can really happen, guys. If we see a surge in volume, even a minor surge, we could get out of this slump very easily and hit another all-time high. I mean, what did we hit the other day? What was it, 62K almost? I mean, when's it going to end, I'm not hoping it ends, but I've been waiting for a dip, guys. I know most of the bets here have been as well. And, we're not Madame Cleo. We can't tell you when it's going to happen. We can just tell you it's probably going to happen. And I don't know how far down we're going to go. But when it does happen, you just need to make sure you're prepared for that. And, there's ways to do that. You could go into a stable coin. You could cash out. I mean, I'm not saying it's what you should do. I'm just giving you options to what you can do to avoid losing all your profit that you, if you gain profit over this bull run, you don't want to sit there and watch it go all away. I know I did whenever in 2017 and 2018 when I first got in. I got in at 8,000 and it went all the way up to 20K, and I was so excited because, man, it was up like 2.5 times. I probably only put like $200 in, so what did I have, like 2.5 times that was $700 or whatever, or $600, whatever, 500. But I don't even remember. But I remember I was addicted after that. It didn't even matter. I didn't cash out a dime. In fact, I used that money. I sent it to Coinbase once I figured that out. Sent it to numerous different exchanges, playing around, and I ended up losing money more in fees probably than anything else. But man, I made a lot of mistakes when I first started. But hey, I learned by losing a lot of money. I didn't lose a lot of money. I probably lost about $500 altogether at the start, and it really I started saying, "Hey, man, I'm losing money. I'm not gaining anything." And you know, it just took sometimes it takes something like that to make you learn. You know what I mean? Sometimes people have different capacities of what it takes them to learn. You know, like some people can learn really easily, but some people need events like that. Some people need to learn by experience, and that's the way I was. You know, I remember sending Bitcoin Cash to a Bitcoin address from one of them. It was like a Uniswap. It was like Uniswap, but it was an old website. I forgot what it was called. But man, it was just like that, where you would swap coins. You would just send coins there. They would swap it and send the coins to a different wallet. And I told them I don't know what it was. I set it up wrong, where it went from Bitcoin Cash. I had sent Bitcoin Cash to a Bitcoin wallet on Coinbase, and they said, Coinbase said, "Hey, we can't do anything about it. It's not enough money." Because it was only like $250 or $300 worth, and the fees were so high at the time and everything that it was just not worth their time to mess with that little amount of Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Because it was barely anything. I remember Bitcoin Cash was quite a bit of money back then. You know what I mean? And it was just one of those things where I never got my money back, and it was just, I learned though. I never made that mistake again, guys, you know, and that's the way it takes. Sometimes you gotta learn by making mistakes. I'm just trying to end the analysis, I guess, with a little helpful lesson for the noobs. You're gonna make mistakes, don't worry about that. Just try to learn to minimize them and keep the losses to a minimum. You can minimize those losses if you learn to use risk management. And risk management is something that you gain from experience. There's a lot of videos online you can watch to learn how to set stop losses and stuff like that. So, like I said, learn how to trade, learn how to use the market to your advantage. Any kind of edge the market gives you, you need to use it, because you don't get very many of those in this market. This market doesn't give you very many edges. So whenever you get something like a stop loss, you take advantage of it. You know, it's a tool that you can use. Anyways, I'm sorry I keep going on and on, but look, we're in the middle of talking this. We're really testing that 50 EMA. I hope we can break it, guys. We have 2 hours left in this candle, and that means that's the end of the day. So 2 hours before the daily close. And breaking that 50 EMA before the daily close today, guys, would be very, very, very good. Especially if we could close the candle above it. That would be superior. But like I said, we'll have to wait and see, guys. Nothing's written in stone yet. We're really testing it though right now. So man, cross your fingers. But I hope you guys have a good one. And like I said, I'm gonna try to make more and more video analysis. So you guys are gonna be hearing my voice more and more. So I hope you get used to it.